How's it going, my dudes? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at how to beat the rugged Lignoid. Now I think this is going to be something that a lot of you guys would need a bit of help in, because I reckon that it is one of the tougher challenges, not in the sense that it's actually difficult, but because you need to do a lot of damage in a short amount of time. So the key in the rugged Lignoid is to do it as fast as possible. If you're doing sub 50 seconds, that is what I would think allows you to be able to achieve an S+ rank. So I'm going to show you some of the teams that I used and how they fared. This is my light team. It's not perfect, but in general it works for most content, and yet it is performing really subpar. So even though Elia is doing a lot of damage, it is not enough under the stipulated timeline of 50 seconds. So B rank over here, but let's take a look at the Fire multi-ball power flip team. It should excel in this, right? Now this is quite a head scratcher because I'm elementally advantageous, and yet we are seemingly not doing enough damage to beat this stage within the timeline. So if being on element doesn't work, let's take a look at the most OP team right now, the Sushi Win Comp. Honestly, we are only doing marginally better. We just beat the Fire team by 10 seconds. That's not much, and that's far from enough. We need to go fast. We need to go 20 seconds faster. But of course, this 50 seconds is just my own guideline. I like to follow it. I think that's where the threshold is. So here's the game plan. I stacked two of my best damage dealers, Sushiro with Viron coupled with Rams and the Owl. So this would allow me to gain access to a bunch of skill damage, a bunch of attack, penetration, levitation, everything, all the good stuff. Rams would boost my Sushi's Whitetail Axe, and Rams will be able to do a lot more damage with the Labyrinth Hammer. So then you might be wondering, what's up with Rinoa and Jester on the third slot? So let's take a look at their skills to understand why I included them on the third slot and not like Sha Suzu or something like that. Now what I think her main kit is to reduce the enemy's thunder resistance, and as well as looking at her ability number 3, plus 14% damage to thunder units when you do damage against paralyzed foes. And I believe this is not maxed out, but it works, so don't judge me for it. And here is Jester's kit. As you can see from his skills, he does reduce the wind resistance on nearby foes. It's not very important that he paralyzes the boss, but it may come in handy if he can remove one particular buff. And this buff only occurs at the end if you are unfortunate. Now you might notice the resistance buff that the boss has right here. If he is not paralyzed when he reaches the HP threshold, he will use this Harden buff, which increases his resistance, and I think it reduces incoming damage by about 20%. Big yikes. So we're going to try our best to avoid it with constant paralysis, but you do know that paralysis reduces in duration over time. If you don't really know what I'm talking about, you can check the video at the top. I did some testings on paralysis. But if all else fails and he does get the buff off, Jester is there to remove that buff. Now I have spoken for way too long, let's take a look at the run. So if you have been following my previous Lignoid videos, you'll be happy to know that we can run this on auto and 2x speed. We just need to watch the team do its thing, and it should work out pretty fine. So basically in this stage, we're going to spam a lot of skills to stack a lot of Sushi's ability procs as well as Ram's procs. We're going to gather a lot of skill damage and attack percentages by reusing skills all the time, and these two skill damage users in particular are very good at stacking damage over time. So as you can see, we are constantly paralyzing the boss, we are constantly breaking him if possible, but all in all it's going to be a really easy, straightforward run. You just need to stack two different DPSs together and it should work. So that's the run, nothing much to talk about during the run itself, more of like how to assemble your team and how it works together. So I actually really like this team, if not for the fact that it's missing a healer. I think this could be some serious DPS. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you found it helpful, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It helps the channel a lot. This has been free to play, by the way, and as always, I will see you in the next video.